I'll show you exactly how to turn your YouTube viewers into paying customers. Not through some complicated funnel or expensive ad strategy, but actually through a simple system that works whether you have 500 subscribers or 50,000. Because right now, you're probably creating content and hoping something sticks. You see other business owners in your industry booking calls and signing clients from their videos, while you're getting decent views, but zero inquiries. And you're wondering if there's something that you're missing, some secret that separates channels that make money from channels that just make content. Here's why you should listen to me. Over the past 6 years, I've been running a YouTube agency that now generates $135,000 per month. And we've helped clients across dozens of industries turn their channels into client acquisition machines. And we recently took a client from $10,000 per month to $290,000 per month with only 38,000 subscribers. He now generates 140 book calls monthly from YouTube, each worth $3,000 in the first year alone. And we helped Dr. Justin Sung, one of the world's most well-known learning coaches, go from just under 100,000 subscribers to 1.5 million, generating 15,000 to 18,000 leads every single month for his business. And we have a property buyer's agent with 5,000 subscribers, generating 30 to 40 leads worth $15,000 to $20,000 each when they close. And here are some more clients who have managed to generate leads and signups to their services with the very first video that we did for them despite years of no luck doing their own YouTube channel. The difference between these successful channels and the ones that struggle isn't what you think. It's understanding one fundamental truth. YouTube is about views, but it's about getting the right type of views from the right people who will spend time with you. And that's based on something called the 7-11-4 rule, which I'm going to explain, and the exact system we use to turn viewers into buyers. Before I show you the system, you need to understand how people actually buy high-ticket services today. Now, Google's research revealed something called the 7-11-4 rule. People consume 7 hours of content across 11 different touch points through 4 different platforms before making a significant buying decision. Think about your own buying habits. When you're considering investing thousands of dollars in a service, do you immediately buy from the first person who pitches you? Of course not. This is where YouTube becomes incredibly powerful for business owners. YouTube is perfect for the 7-11-4 rule because it allows for long-form content hitting that 7-hour mark quickly. And once it understands that people like your content, it'll continue to retarget and recommend your videos to them, getting you that 11 touch points or watching 11 videos quickly. And what ends up happening is that people discover you on YouTube, then check out your LinkedIn, visit your website, maybe listen to you on a podcast, and hence at least 4 different locations. And it builds deep trust through consistent value delivery. The problem is, most business owners approach YouTube like they're asking for marriage on the first date. They expect immediate results, and when they don't get them, they assume that the strategy is broken. But think about dating. Some people you meet and immediately know you're not meant for each other. Others you date for a bit, you get to know them and realize it's not a fit. But then there are those special people who spend time with you and you get to know them deeply, and ultimately you fall in love and want to commit long term. YouTube kind of works the same way. Some viewers will watch one video and then leave. Others will watch a few and decide you're not for them. But the right viewers, they'll binge your content. They'll consume everything you create and eventually become your best clients. The key is having enough time, touch points, and opportunities for this whole relationship building system to work. Some people move fast, others move slower, but you need to give the process time to unfold naturally. So let's talk about component number 1, getting in front of the right people. Would you rather speak to a football stadium of 50,000 random people or have a conversation with 1,000 people who are your exact target audience? So the answer is obvious, but most business owners create content for the stadium. They chase viral views and broad appeal, thinking more eyeballs equals more business. So YouTube's algorithm has only one job, and that's to show people content they want to watch. And it's incredibly sophisticated at tracking people's viewing behavior and matching content to the right audience. Your job isn't to trick the algorithm, it's to help the algorithm understand exactly who your content is for. So here's how we get our clients in front of their exact target audience. Firstly, specific problem targeting. So instead of creating a title like How to Grow Your Business, we create the scaling bottleneck that stops marketing agencies at 500K and how to break through it. The first attracts everyone, but what the second one does is it attracts marketing agency owners already generating significant revenue, exactly who our clients serve. Second, industry-specific language. You want to use the exact terminology your ideal clients use. So if you serve marketing agencies, use agency language. If you serve SaaS companies, use SaaS terminology. Third, qualification through content. Every video should naturally filter your ideal client. So if someone watches a 15-minute video about advanced marketing strategies for 7-figure agencies, they're probably a qualified prospect. Let me show you an example of how this audience alignment component works for a client of ours. So if you have a look here, this particular video did very, very well, 27,000 views. And then the most recent one that we did with them also got 28,000 views. So doing very well. But take a look at this one here. Only got 1,800 views. And initially we actually thought that this video was a failure. But what we actually realized was this particular client targets property investors. And the first video was targeting anyone who could afford anything under $750,000. Whereas the most recent video helped anyone avoid the worst suburbs in Melbourne. And these are both really broad topics. And so when we had a more niche topic like this one, which is give me 12 minutes and I'll show you the 5 best Brisbane suburbs to invest in, and I had a thumbnail with it that said under $1.1 million, what that meant was there's actually not that many people who can afford a $1.1 million property in Brisbane. And so the 1,800 views, it's not a flop. It's actually the exact audience that we wanted, and YouTube will find those people. If you can't afford it, you're not going to click on the video. And if you accidentally click on it and realize it's not within your budget, you're going to leave. Exactly the same principle that I explained with the dating analogy before. So understand that view count and virality is not the name of the game, but finding your qualified prospects through your audience by picking the right topics. Component number 2, the right content mix. Here's the content mix that actually converts viewers into buyers. 80% of your content should be top of funnel discovery content, and 20% should be focused on nurturing and building relationships. Let me explain why this matters using that dating analogy again. So if you only ever had surface level conversations on first dates, you'd never build a deep relationship. But if you tried to have deep, intimate conversations with everyone you met, you'd scare most people away. Your 80% discovery content is like those first conversations. It's for people who are problem aware, but not solution aware. They know something's wrong, but they don't know how to fix it. For example, the hidden reason your marketing campaigns aren't converting, why most SaaS companies fail to scale past 1 million ARR, or the growth mistake that's costing agencies 100K annually. This content is designed to be found. It's broad enough to attract your target audience, but specific enough to filter out people who aren't a good fit. Your 20% nurture content is like those deeper conversations I mentioned that build real relationships. This is content for people who understand the problem and are now evaluating solutions. They're looking for proof that you can help them. So examples include client case studies and transformations, behind the scenes of your methodology, and your origin story and credibility builders. Component number 3, credibility and authority building. We're in what's called a trust recession, which means people don't fundamentally trust you until you give them a reason to trust. This is especially true for high-ticket services. The biggest mistake business owners make is that they talk about themselves instead of demonstrating their expertise through their results. So instead of saying, I'm an expert, you want to show your expertise through client case studies. For example, how we helped CRO scale from 50K to 300K in 8 months is infinitely more powerful than I help businesses scale. You share real numbers and results, and you don't say you get results, you show the specific numbers. Revenue increases, cost savings, time saved, problem saved. You create behind the scenes content. You show your actual process, methodology and thinking. And this builds trust because people can see how you work. And share your stories about making mistakes. Share your failures and what you learn. This makes you relatable and shows you've been through the journey. And every piece of credibility content should follow this structure. Should start with the situation. What was the client's starting point? Then the problem. What specific challenge were they facing? Then your solution. What did you do to help them? And then the result. What was the specific outcome? And finally, the lesson. What can the viewer learn from this? And this framework makes your expertise tangible and gives viewers a clear picture of what working with you looks like. And then there's component 4, value first approach. When businesses have nothing valuable to say, they actually default to selling. They talk about their sales process, their methodology, their expertise. You. But your content isn't about you. It's about the viewer. It's about the person you're helping on the other side of the screen. Here's how to think about value delivery. There are 4 levels. Level 1 is information, basic facts and knowledge. This is commoditized. Anyone can Google it. Level 2 is insights, your unique perspective on the information. This is where you start to differentiate. Level 3 is implementation, how to actually apply the insights. This is where real value lives. And level 4 is transformation, the specific outcome they'll achieve. This is what people pay for. And what I'm going to tell you is that most business owners stop at level 1 and 2. Our successful clients consistently deliver levels 3 and 4. So instead of you should optimize your marketing funnel, you say, here's the exact 3-step process we use to increase conversion rates by an average of 127% for SaaS companies. Instead of content marketing requires consistency, you say, here's my 90-day content system that's helped agencies generate over $2.3 million in new business. See the difference? One is generic advice, the other is specific, actionable value. Your content should be so valuable that people would pay for it. And when you consistently deliver the level of value for free, people naturally want to see what your paid services look like. This is how our clients generate consistent leads. Their free content is better than most people's paid content. And when all these components work together, you create what I call the compound effect. And here's how it works. Phase 1 is discovery, months 1 to 3. You create an audience-aligned discovery content. YouTube starts understanding your niche. You begin building credibility through value delivery. Early viewers start recognizing your expertise. Phase 2 is authority building. Months 4 to 6, your content mix creates a natural viewer journey. People start consuming multiple videos per session. Your credibility content converts viewers into leads. You establish yourself as the go-to expert in your space. Phase 3 is compound growth. Months 7 to 12. Your audience becomes self-reinforcing. Viewers binge your content and share with peers. Lead quality improves as people become pre-educated. Revenue scales without proportional content increase. This system works, but it requires 3 things that most people aren't willing to give. Time. The compound effect doesn't kick in for 6 to 12 months. Most people quit after 2 to 3 months. Consistency. You need to show up regularly even when you don't feel like it, even when videos don't perform. And patience. You're building relationships, not just chasing quick wins. Just like you wouldn't propose marriage on the first date, you can't expect viewers to become clients after 1 video. Some people need to date you for months before they're ready to commit. Others might watch dozens of your videos before they trust you enough to invest thousands of dollars in your services. Before you start, ask yourself this: are you willing to commit to this for 12 months, even if you don't see immediate results? If the answer is no, don't start. Find a different strategy. But if you understand the compounding effect of building an audience of buyers, then you know that this will fundamentally change your business and your life. And if you have a YouTube channel and you're not getting any luck, then perhaps think about how you apply some of these principles and strategies to your channel. If you'd rather someone look at it and do it for you, you can book a call in the link below to see if my team and I can help you. See you on the next video.